Okay, this is page 60. We're going to do 6 and 14 right now. So 6 is 0. What's that point? 0, 6, right? And that next point we could pick right there, which is 2, 4. So now we pick the inverse of 0, 6, which is 6, 0. Switch the x and y coordinates around, and 4, 2. We're going to graph those in red. 6, 0 is 6 to the right, 0. And then 4, 2 is 4 to the right, 2 up. And then we draw that line in. Did I do that wrong? 0, 6, 2, 4.
You did 4, 4.
I did 4, 4?
Yeah.
Well, 4, 2. Man, I'm just making all kinds of mistakes.
It's the same thing.
It's the same line?
Yeah. It ends up being the same one.
So let's draw in. Let's draw in the y equals x axis. It still works, yeah.
That's the answer in our homework. Yeah.
If we put in the y equals x axis, right, isn't it going to flip right over that? That's interesting. There you go. That's it. Same line. Right? If we were to flip it, if I was to draw it, right, we're going to reflect over that axis, right? If I draw that in right there, and I flip it over, I get that other line right there. Right? Okay, that is the inverse reflection line. All right, what else? 14. So we're going to 14. Write the inverse of each function here. So we got to write the inverse. So let's do 14. That's a little bit different, isn't it? In f of x notation, so we got to solve for x once we change them. So I'm going to do 14 here on this page. This is page 60, number 14. Do I have time? How much time? Huh? 4x plus 6y equals 24. So we switch the x and y around. 4y equals, or plus 6x equals 24. Once we switch them around, what do you solve for? Y. So how do you solve for y? What do you get rid of first? So we get rid of the minus the 6x by subtracting 6x, both sides. Bring down the 4y, move it over, bring down your equal sign straight down. What do you put first, 24 or minus 6x?
Minus 6.
Correct. Nice slope-intercept form, right? Then we're going to divide every term by 4, and we get y equals, what does negative 6 4 simplify to? Negative 3/2 x plus 6, right? Doesn't it go 6 and 4, 2 goes into both?
Yeah.
And that's your answer. F inverse x, write it as a symbol of the inverse function. And there's your answer. Is that one of the solutions?
It's probably 4, 6. They probably didn't simplify it.
Is it 6/4 not simplified?
No, it's 24 minus 6x over 4. They just put divided by 4 over it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
Okay. No, they didn't write it in F inverse form then.
Isn't they you?
Well, sometimes, yeah. Depends on the answers. All right, here we go. Isn't they you? Yes. They is you. All right, next one. What one?
Number
20?
20.
We don't have 20.
This is the homework answer.
20 is on the homework answers. So write a function d of x for the total number of x. So d of x equals blank x plus blank, right? Jenny is running in a charity event. One donor is paying an initial amount of $20. Where does that go?
Into the function.
First one or second blank?
Second.
Second blank, starting amount, $20. And plus an extra $5 for every mile. So that's $5. What's the x going to represent?
Every mile.
Every mile, right? So do we need to say what x is at the bottom there? Part C. X is every mile run, right? So let's go to, what is the next thing it says? Write a function d of x, so that's A. And then B, find the inverse. So we change this to y. 5x plus 20. We switch the x and y around. And we solve for y. What do we do first? Subtract 20 yeah? And we write x minus 20 equals 5y. Divide every term by 5. I'm interested in what they have for an answer, and the answer,
X minus 20 over 5. Yeah. Instead of
what is it?
x minus 20 over 5. Instead of x minus 20.
Oh, I see. So they're just writing it as, yep.
They're not simplifying it.
They're not simplifying it to this. They're just writing x minus 20 divided by 5 equals y.
Yeah.
I got you. Sorry.
So it'll be that, x minus.
Yep, that's your answer, because switch it around and then write it as an inverse function. F inverse, not F, D inverse. The inverse of x equals x minus. So that's what they did on 14 as well, right?
They did it for every problem.
Every problem, so it's not simplifying every term then.
So what about 14?
So let's look at 14. And we'll go back to 14 in a minute. So 14, it looks like they write, do they just write negative 6x plus 24 over 4?
They do 24 minus 6x over 4. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back up to 14 and let's make sure we know what it looks like. So we ended up here, right? Right? Divide by 4. And they wrote y equals, and what they switched is 24 minus 6x divided by 4 as your answer. I don't like that. I want it written as a, it just, some books are written by people. And people have opinions. All right, is 8 after? Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, you got those to work on for the homework. I also suggest next week, we're done.